Well, here we go. Well, today is kind of different with Grandma. And I'm having a hard time today because she's dying. And I wanted to do my favorite poem. When I was 10 years old, I was dyslexic, ADHD, didn't know it. And I was in school, and at one time they put me with the kids that had, and now I've discovered I'm not. In fact, they did a study on me, and they said I'm above average, kind of like Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, and they say I'm indigo. So that's interesting, but I used to write poems. And also, the only poem that kept me going, because at home there was a lot of abuse. I'm a survivor, and I was living in a horrific situation. And I found this poem by Kipling, and I lived my whole life by this poem, and it's called If. And when I'm feeling down, because little boy just died, Grandma stopped eating after he died. Pets do grieve, and I'm grieving. And Angel, come here, Angel. Come here, Angel. Up, up, come here. Up, come up. Come on, up. Okay, well, she's grieving too. She's on the floor. Anyway, it says if. And I love the poem. It says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. That happens to me a lot, especially as a survivor. When you start telling your secrets, for some reason you become re-victimized. When I told my aunt that my uncle was abusing me, and I got slapped, and I was told to keep my mouth shut. So, and then when I talked about my grandpa, nobody talked to me after that. I know how Oprah feels. So if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, and I was a scapegoat in my family. I don't know what you are like, but I was the eldest child. I looked after everybody. My mother was schizophrenic, and so are my sister and my brother too. And I was the caregiver of 6 kids. And my dad was busy chasing his dream. He was a top real estate broker in Canada for 10 years, and he was involved with the Jehovah's Witnesses, and he was supposed to be part of the 144,000, but he was also a predator and an abuser. He was a street angel, house devil. But he helped people came out of Auschwitz that have been Jehovah's Witnesses and Jews. But at home, he was horrible. So it says here, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, and make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. Yeah, I know that feeling since I moved down to Nova Scotia. They don't like outsiders. You're from away. You might as well say they put the sign of the cross on your head and you're a demon. So they don't like us. And I happen to be. And one guy said I'm too uppity. Hey, Angel, come on up, come on up. That's a girl. Come on, up. That's a girl. So it says here, come on, up. Come on, up. Good girl. So you're going to be part of the family. Because she's feeling sad too. We're all feeling sad around here about losing little boy. And Grandma, she's 22 years old, and she can't take it either. So this is why I'm doing this. It says, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, or if you can think and not make your thoughts your aim. I've been a millionaire 4 times. I kept finding my father, marrying them, and within a month of being married, they start hitting, and then I'd divorce, and then I'd have to share half my stuff. So I've started over quite a few times. I'm kind of like, but I believe in dreaming. I was born March 12th, 1946, on my father's, grandfather's, and great-grandfather's, and also Gordon McCrae, too. I thought that was interesting, and Liza Minnelli. And one day different from my ex-fiancé, Tom Stakey. Anyway, it says, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, or make your thoughts your aim, not make your thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those 2 impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves, and make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and scoop and build them up with worn-out tools. I came out here with $500,000. I had a house at 14171 Marine Drive in White Rock, and I had a psychopath that came after me, and that wasn't good. And the cop said, "Do you have an angel on your shoulder? You're the only one alive out of 21." And we couldn't keep him in jail because we couldn't find his bodies. But he was working with a gentleman who owned a crematorium, so that's life. But I believe everything happens for a reason. I came out here I bought an apartment block I was going to turn into a healing center for teens. I bought this motel I'm in to start a healing center for gay men. I bought 7 properties, clear title, only to be burnt out. And the contractors turned out to be contractors, and life is a journey. So the thing is that you have to just take the tools that you've got. It says here, and so you just start again. And what I've discovered is I believe we're born in heaven and we come down here to do our journey, and then we go back. And this is the test to see if we still trust our higher power. And one thing it's given to me is I find that religion for me is religion. In fact, I find dogs are closer to God. If you just turn their name backwards, it's God. And they teach you unconditional love. If you can make a heap of all your winnings and risk it all on one pitch and one turn, if you can risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss, which I've done several times, and I've never seen my money as my money. I was the first industrial spray painter in the world. I did height painting for Dillingham. I worked 1,000 feet in the air, made $60 an hour and $60,000. Also worked as a Zamboni driver. I've done all kinds of things. I painted for painted trucks, Max. I had my air brakes in first class, but I froze my hands. I'll never do that again. I've driven across America 6 times and built houses. In some ways, I'm very much like Elizabeth Taylor because I'm a dreamer and I like pretty things too. But I'm also a tomboy. It says, if you can heap all your wits and turn them on one pitch and toss, or lose and start again with your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. Well, I'm not very good at that. I do tell my sponsor and my best friends to serve your turn long after they are gone, and hold on when there is nothing in you except the will that says to them, hold on. Well, I've been here since 2005. It's 2015. I still haven't got out of Nova Scotia because I've been trying to hire a mechanic, and so far I've paid for 2 to come out here, their flights, and all they wanted was a free holiday, and they didn't know anything about mechanics, according to my brother. So that's life. And one hit me, and I tried to put him in jail, and it says, but they said he was mentally, but he had an addiction problem. I was trying to help him. It says, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. I'm very lucky. My friends are my greatest money, worth more than all the money in the world. Even though I've been a millionaire 4 times, the greatest gift I have are my friends and the 12-step program, because I'm in CODA, ACOA. The greatest gift I ever had was the fact that when I took my course at Malaspina, I had to see a counselor. That was part of the course because I took drug, alcohol, sex abuse, family counseling, and a professor said there's nothing worse than a counselor sicker than you. So it says, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man or woman, my son. So I love this poem. It's kept me going forever. So if you're ever feeling down like I am with my pets, we're all feeling down, and Grandma took it the worst. I can't believe she just stopped eating, and I've been trying everything. I give her chicken, everything. But the greatest gift I have is my friend Sharon, who's awesome, who's not well, so please pray for Sharon and me. And if you know anybody, I'm interested in earthship houses. I'm interested in starting a healing center for teens. So the thing is, I want to move out to Nevada so we can get the, the casinos, the sponsors. I've been talking to George Takas in LA. He's a real estate broker, you can call him, and he has recovery houses for teens. And our dream is to take kids out of the city and get them pounding earthship things, and they can also volunteer around the world and help other people and use pet therapy, love, use the arts,